Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Sid, and in this video we're going to be exploring the new custom fields feature within the Masteriyo LMS plugin. Now for this custom fields feature, you're going to have to put on your nerdy glasses because we're going to be getting our hands dirty. We're going to get into some code, right? And we're going to implement custom fields within our course builder that will not only be visible within the single course page, but as well as within your lessons. But I guess enough talking, I'll show you more in the video. Before we get started though, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter. Alright, boys and girls, here we are within the computer screen. I've loaded up a fresh new WordPress website. I've installed the Masteriyo LMS plugin in here. I've just created a very simple, very basic course here. And our custom fields are going to show up. Don't mind the image, by the way, chat. Don't mind it, okay? Anyways, our custom fields are going to show up right beneath our course description here. And they're also going to show up within our lessons. We will be populating this place with some custom fields, right? So yeah, we're going to look through them. Now, as I said before, in this video, we're going to have to get our hands dirty. We're going to have to touch on a little bit of code. Now, don't worry, you don't have to manually code everything. I'll give you a template, right? And you can just simply make changes to that template and your custom fields will be ready. Though, we're going to have to fiddle around with the custom code. And to do that, we're going to have to install a plugin. Go within plugins, click on add new plugin, and simply search for CSS and JS. And you'll see this plugin right here called Simple Custom CSS and JS. Simply install it. Once it has been installed, click on activate. Okay, so once the plugin has been activated, you should see custom CSS and JS right here. Now click on add custom JS. We're going to be inserting a JavaScript code here. Let's give it a name first. Masteriyo custom fields, my bad. Custom fields. I'm just going to name it that. Totally cool. And in here, we can remove this and paste in the JavaScript code, which will be down in the description below. Make sure you copy this. This is basically a scaffold of a sort, right, that you can make changes to so that your custom fields will show up in the backend as well as in the front end. Now, this JavaScript code needs to run internally. It could run in the header element or in the footer element. Footer is generally the best practice. And make sure you've selected in the front end and in the admin area, and you can publish this. So this code is only going to run in the footer of the front end and the back end. And this is going to be very important. Once you've done this, you can go back within Masteriyo. You can go ahead within your courses. You can edit a course. I'm going to edit this course right here called test. And you can already see we've got our custom fields here. But before that, I want to take your attention to the description. It says subscribe. So you got to subscribe. Anywho, here are our custom fields. Now, I've selected a few different custom fields in here. First one being difficulty. It's like a radius selector to determine the difficulty of this course, right? Like beginners, intermediate, experts. Now, obviously, you can be a little bit smart about this. You can choose different fields that you want to use here. For this one, I'm going to select intermediate, community access. This is a toggle button, simply true or false, right? And default ABC value is just a very basic, text, single line text kind of thing. And you can type in anything like, like and subscribe. And here within category, you can select from different multiple categories, I guess. For this course, I'm going to select the WordPress category. Suppose I can select it. And yeah, I have a basic, I accept the terms and conditions here checkbox. Doesn't really make sense, I know, but I'm just showing you that you can add custom fields like custom checkboxes. And here for SEO content, suppose you want something, you can add like a single line, simple text area. It's not even called simple line. I think it's just called a text area, right? So I can write stuffs in here. And if I update it, guess what? If I go back within the front end and I scroll down, it's not working. Okay, so I just figured out an issue here. Generally, it is the best practice to run any of your JavaScript codes in the footer area, but for this one, it seems you're gonna have to run it within the header element for it to be shown in the front end. So yeah, make sure you remember that you can run this JavaScript on the head element in the front end and in the admin area. And once you've done that, you can refresh this page and you'll see all your custom fields right here. So you can see it shows your difficulty as intermediate, community access, yes or no, ABC, like and subscribe, like, this is just a template, category, WordPress, I accept the terms and conditions, yes, and SEO content. So these are your custom fields, right? This is what they're going to look like. Now, how do you make changes to them? Let's go back within the JavaScript here. Now, this is where we're going to have to touch the code, right? So suppose maybe I want to make it so this difficulty field has difficulty settings like, easy, normal, and hard. Then I can do this. I can simply go within this code right here. And here I'll find the code for our difficulty area, which is this one right here, the radio button group. I'll simply change its options here. Label, let's set it to easy, medium, and hard, right? I can also change its value here, like, easy, medium, and hard. Doesn't really affect anything in the front end. It's specifically for the back end, but if you are a developer, then this will be important for you, I suppose. So make sure you change the value as well as the label. Label is what you see in the front end, right? So if I update this and I go back and I refresh my front end, guess what? For now, the difficulty custom field has been removed. And the reason is because we changed the values, of course, so nothing has been selected here. Now, suppose I'm going to be selecting hard here. And if I update this, go back within the front end, there it is. Our difficulty is now set to hard. And yeah, whatever changes you make to the JavaScript, those changes will be visible in the backend as well. Now let's go back in here and I'll tell you a little bit more about this code. Your custom fields will not just show within your single course or your single course area, but also within your lessons. So here I have a lesson here. If I click on edit, you'll see we've got 2 different custom fields in here as well. I'll show you how to render custom fields within your lessons as well. Like, it's really just a single line of code, like not even a line, maybe just a single word. So don't even worry about it. Now let's go ahead and let's understand this code a little bit. I'm gonna try and not geek out, okay? So here we have a basic JavaScript code, and this right here is the function that makes all of this happen, right? window.registerMasteriyoField. And yeah, for this function here, first of all, we've got this basic text field, right? So this right here is the function name, and we've given some parameters here. Now these 3 parameters, name, type, and label, are super important. These are mandatory for your custom field to work. You got to give it a name, and this name goes in the backend, right? This is the name under which the value will be stored in the database. So SEO content is the name, right? The type is a text. This is a text field. And the label is what you see in the front end, so to speak, right? So this right here, the text area is the label. And in the same way right here, SEO content is the label. Now you've got other things here like placeholder, priority, default value. Now these are not mandatory. You can place these if you want to, right? Your placeholder is, as the name suggests, it's going to be a placeholder there. You can write something here and it's going to show up in the front end. Now this right here, SEO content is the field. Now we've already saved a value here called test. So our placeholder is no longer going to work. Now suppose if I had nothing in there, then our placeholder would say, right here, right? This is what it's going to show up as. If you want to make changes to it, you can. Now priority, you can understand it as positioning. So with a 30 priority, this is going to be below this text input field here, which has a priority of 20, because hierarchically 20 comes before 30. That is how they're going to be placed within this custom menu field here. And here we've got this rules attribute within which we've got required. SEO content is required. So if you want to make this custom field required, so whenever anyone is creating a course within your WordPress site, you want them to fill out this field. Like suppose I've got nothing here within this SEO content. This field is a required field, right? We've got a required message here. SEO content is required. What's going to happen is, suppose if I try to update this course without typing in the SEO content, then it's going to say SEO content is required. So that is the rule basically that is making this SEO field required. So yeah, that is your validation message. SEO content is required. You can edit it as well. And yeah, so far these are the things, right? And you've got many different kinds of fields that you can create. You can create a radio field, just like I showed before. You've got a toggle field in here. You've got a basic text editor. You've got a drop down field, and all those codes, you can see those right here. We've got a text input field, right? This is the one. Checkbox field, type is checkbox. A radio button, type is radio. The switch field, it is this toggle button right here. Like I've named it community access. Like suppose if my course did not have community access, then I would simply turn this off, right? And if I were to preview it in the front end, then it's going to say community access. No, wait, let me refresh this. Oh, I've not saved it. My bad. Test, update. Let me refresh this. Here you can see now it says community access no, right? So this is how you would use your custom fields. You've got type as switch. Now you've got a drop down field here and its type is select. And keep in mind, all these have different attributes. So whatever you're doing, make sure you use this scaffold. You can just, copy paste it and you can change its values around and you'll be good to go. Now let's jump into how to render these fields within your lessons as well. So if I go here within my builder, and if I try to edit this lesson right here, you've got custom fields in here as well. So you don't have to do much. Suppose I want to render this, where is it? Community access field within my lessons custom field area. Then what I'll do is I'll simply, go within the code and I'll add this simple string in the end of the code. And that is this one right here. Curriculum.lesson with a comma. So this right here is the switch field, and within this JavaScript code, right after my curly bracket ends for this function, I'll paste in the curriculum.lesson string with a comma, right? And once you've done this, you can update your code. Now you can go back within your lesson editor within the builder and you'll see your community access tab right here. So that is all you have to do. Whatever custom field you've created, you can render it within your lesson areas as well by simply adding in that single string, right? And if I go back within my course builder here, you'll see that the toggle custom field is no longer here, and that is because we've added this string of code that says curriculum.lesson. So it moves this field within the lesson. So that is how you would use custom fields. As I said before, if you are a developer, I'm pretty sure you'll have an easy time understanding this. And generally, this is something a lot of developers would ask for. So I did not go in too much detail trying to bore you. So if you are a beginner, you might have a hard time understanding this, but you can copy this code, you can try to make a few changes here and there, and I'm pretty sure you'll get the gist of it. If you don't, you can always reach out to our support team. They're always there to help you. Masteriyo.com/support. You'll have the live chat right there. Let me just show you. Why not? Masteriyo.com/support. You can come in here. We've got our live chat, right? You can also submit a ticket here. Yeah, you can simply click here and this is our live chat, right? Or you can ask a query within the WordPress forum. And yeah, if you really want to submit a ticket, then you can fill out this form with your images or screenshots and our team is going to help you. So I suppose that's about it for this video. So I hope you guys found that video helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. And I'm going to see you whenever I'll see you. Take care.